Good morning, children. Today let us learn area. Children, you might have studied in the previous class that perimeter. Perimeter is nothing but the length of the boundary, isn't it? The length of the boundary. See, as you have learned the perimeter, it is nothing but border, the length of the boundary, which we call it as a perimeter. Then now we are going to know about area. What is mean by area? Area. Children, do you remember the surface? Surface. This is a topmost layer of the topmost layer of an object. Topmost layer of an object or the upper part of an object, we call it as a surface. It may be a curved surface or flat surface. Can you see? Here it is a table. The top, which we call it as a flat surface. You can place book, you can place a bag or bottle or chalk box, isn't it? Here it is a two-dimensional shape. Area will have two-dimensional, that is length and breadth. It has length and breadth, but it doesn't have thickness. It doesn't have thickness. See children, which shape is bigger in size? So if the shape is in bigger in size, then it has larger surface, isn't it, ma? Now see here, can you compare here which circle, which of the shape, which of the triangle is bigger in size? That is nothing but bigger in, or it has larger surface. Which has larger surface? This triangle has larger surface. Now in both circles, which circle has smaller surface? Inside the boundary, the space or the area, the surface which is enclosed in the boundary, that we call it as a surface. The shape or the surface which is enclosed in the boundary, that we call it as a surface. So here, which circle has smaller area? So this circle has smaller area. Now coming to squares, which square has smaller area? Here it has, this is a big square, this is a small square. So obviously the small square will have smaller area, isn't it, ma? Can you see this shape? So see in this shape also, which shape has smaller area? This shape has a smaller area, isn't it? When you compare these two rectangles, in these two rectangles, which rectangle has larger surface? Yes, obviously the bigger shape will have more surface. So bigger rectangle has larger surface. When you compare to these two ovals, in these two ovals, which oval has larger surface? Yes, the bigger will have the larger surface, isn't it, ma? Let us see. Children, look at these two squares. As I said, just I compared in the previous examples. Just see, here this is a smaller square, this is a big square. Here we can see small square which is enclosed, which encloses lesser surface than the bigger surface, isn't it? Here it encloses with small area, which we call the small space, lesser space than this space. isn't it? The bigger shape has more space when compared to smaller shape. So we use to measure this surface area. We use area to measure this surface. So what is meant by area? Area is the space enclosed by a plane figure. Plane figure, it is nothing but it is a two-dimensional figure. In two-dimensional figure, it has only length and breadth. Length and breadth. It doesn't have what? Thickness. Is that clear, children? Area is the space which is enclosed by a plane figure, or the measure of the surface enclosed by a closed figure is called area. Okay, children. Now let's see one example. Children, here this is a photo frame. Here it is a photo frame. Now I just want to place a photo in this photo frame. On this piece of frame, I need to place a photo. Now, how will you know the measure of this photo which is required by you to place onto the frame? What you'll do? How you will measure that photo? Exactly, it has to be placed in on this photo frame. How you will measure, ma? So, just I'll show you one example. Suppose here is a photo frame. Now I need to measure. How I'll measure? Suppose if you are taking circles or any coins. If you are placing all these coins here, how many coins you required here to place? Just I am taking 9 coins. I am placing these 9 coins here. Okay. Here I required to cover this photo frame. I used 9 coins. Here I have used 9 coins. Now can you find the area of this photo frame? Now I'll find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 9 coins to arrange in 3 columns. Okay, but can it give the exact area? No. Why? Because see here left out area is there. If you place a coin here, this the unoccupied coin is an left out area. This left out area, by this can you say or can you measure the exact area, accurate area by using the coins? No. Here it doesn't give an exact area of the photo frame. Isn't it, ma? But now what I will do here, I'll use some squares. Okay. Now we need an accurate unit for measuring area. Isn't it? To measure an area, I need an accurate unit, isn't it? So by using coins, I did not get an accurate area. So for that, what I'll do, I'll just arrange some squares or square tiles on this photo frame to find its area. Now I'm using just in one row I'm placing 3 squares. So exactly here this is the shape of the square. I am placing this square here. This is the first square, then second square, third square, fourth square, fifth square, sixth square, seventh square, 8, 9. Yes, I have used 9 square tiles, and here no place in between these squares, isn't it, children? Can you able to see? Can you able to see any space in between these two squares? No, not at all, isn't it? So we can choose a square as the best unit for measuring area, isn't it, ma? By this we can measure exactly the area of the photo frame. So with by what unit? So by using square I can measure the area accurately. So what I'll do, to measure the area of the photo frame, I used 9 squares. By using 9 squares I can find the area. I can find the exact area of the photo frame. So here a square is the best unit for measuring area. Isn't it, ma'am? So let us see. Here, as I said, area is a measure of the space which is inside a region. So you may see, children, different shapes can have same area. Can have same area. Let's see some examples here. Here area of 5 squares units, although there have shapes are different. Here you can able to see here this shape is different when compared to this shape, and this shape is different when compared to this shape, isn't it? But all shapes have equal area, which is how many squares have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the area of this shape? 5 square units. We measure the area with square units, isn't it, children? So to find this area, so what is the area of this shape? 5 square units. Even you can see in this next figure also. See how many squares are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So to measure this figure, or to measure this area of this shape, we need how many squares? How many squares are there here? 5 squares. So for this also the area is 5 square units. Even in the third example also, area is 5 square units. So what you observed here, all three have different in shapes, isn't it? All are different, but area is same, isn't it, children? So the area of a plane figure is a number of squares needed to cover it completely. Area is nothing but what? It is measured in square units, and area is a plane figure is the number of squares which we needed to cover it completely. So area, that is square, is the best unit for measuring the area. Let's see some examples. First, know the characteristics of area. So the area of a region remains the same when the region is rearranged. Yes, as I said in the previous example. Suppose 3. 3 squares. What is the area of this square? 1, 2, 3. So 3 square units, isn't it? Now I am arranging the 3 squares in different way. Now what is the square area of this square, this shape? Yes, 1, 2, 3. So 3 square units. Now I can arrange this, or if you rearrange this shape into like this. Now also you have 3 squares. So what is the area of this one? 3 square units. That means the area of a region remains same when the region is rearranged. Is that clear? So area can be measured in standard or non-standard units for area. When comparing area, both shapes should have same units. Both areas unit should have same unit. Then standard units for area include square centimeter. You can write square, SQARE, square centimeter, or SU dot centimeter, or you can write centimeter square. You need to write it as a superscript. Okay, 2 has to be the superscript. So centimeter square, or maybe it may be in meters. How you'll write in meters? Square meters, or square meter, or meter square. It may have millimeter, square millimeter, or millimeter square, or square millimeter. Okay, the standard units for area, which includes square centimeters or centimeter square, or square meters or meter square. Here it is a meter square, ma. Then millimeter or millimeter square, square millimeter or millimeter square. Let's find which is in centimeters. Okay, square centimeters. Each of the square box has 1 centimeters of the length. Okay, now find the area of the figure in square in centimeters. Square centimeters. So just we need to find the shaded portion, shaded region. So how many squares are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exact squares are 6 are there. But here you can see half square. Here it is half square. If you make 2 half squares, 2 half squares will make 1 square. Isn't it, ma? Half plus half will make 1. So 2 half squares will make 1 square. So 6 square plus 1 square is equals to 7 square. Isn't it, children? So what is the area of the shaded region which is in centimeters? If you want to write it in centimeters, how will write? 7 centimeters square, or 7 square centimeter. Is that clear? Then coming to the next example, see here. In first figure, in this figure, how many squares are there? What is the area of this shape? What is the area of this figure? Let's find. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 are the exact squares, plus how many half squares are there? 1, 2. 2 half squares will make 1 square, isn't it? So 4 square plus 1 square is equals to 5 square. 5 square. So which is of the length of the, or the side of the length of the square is 1 meter. The side of the square is 1 meter. So how you will represent this in the units? 5 square meter, or 5 meter square. Is it clear? Then we'll move to the Next one. See here, find the area of the figures given below by counting squares. First, they have given one example. See here, how many squares are there in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So by counting, we can find the area of the given figure. So what is the area of the given figure? Yes, 9 square units. How will you write? 9 square units. In the same way, just find the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 18 squares are there. So what is the area of the given figure? 18 square units. Isn't it, children? Let's move to one more example. See here, this is an example. F1. Count the squares. How many squares are there in this figure? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the area of the given figure is 10 square units. 10 square units. Is that clear? Now how you'll measure the area? As I said, you can measure it by meters, millimeter square, millimeter square, millimeter. If the side is in centimeter, we measure as a units as square centimeter or centimeter square. If it is the side is in meter, we measure the area as square meter or meter square. If the area is in kilometer, if the side is in kilometer, then we find the area by using the units as square kilometer or kilometer square. Is it clear? Suppose here, to find the area, if the side of the square is 1 centimeter, so how you will measure the area of this rectangle or this shape? So you need to count the number of squares. So each of the side of the square is 1 centimeter. So what is the unit for this given square? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 square centimeter or 6 square centimeter or 6 centimeter square, because here the side is in centimeter. Okay, children. Then here find the area of the square. How will find the area of the square? So area of the square, which is equals to the product of its length and breadth. Area of the square. Square is having all sides are equal, isn't it, children? So the area of the square, which is equals to the product of its length and breadth. Children, you know what is length and breadth? Length is the longer side of the object, or then breadth is the smaller or the length of the smaller side is called breadth. But here the length and breadth which are equal in the square, isn't it? Here in square, length and breadth are same. So we express area by multiplying its sides. So we express this one as side, 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 side. So what is the area of the square? Side into side. So the area of the square is side into side. Let us see one example. If the area on the side of the square is 2 meter, so each square will be 1 meter. 1 meter. if the side of the square is 2 meter, 2 meter means how many squares you need to place here? Each square should be in 1 meter. The side of the square should be 1 meter. So with that I can place 2 squares in one row and in one column. So 1 meter length and 1 meter length. So totally the length will be 2 meter. Here even in the breadth also, here this length is 1 meter and this length is 1 meter. Totally it will become 2 meter. As I said, square has equal in all sides, isn't it? The sides of the length of the side of the square will be equal. So here it is 2 meters means here also it is 2 meters. Here also it is 2 meters. Here also it is 2 meters. So how many squares you need to place here? Which would have 1 meter of the length. Each square should have 1 meter of length. So how many such squares you can place here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't it? So I need 4 squares. So 4 square meter. Isn't it? When you count, you'll get the answer as 4 square meters. Just by using this formula, I'll find the square, area of the square. As I said, a side of the square is 2 meter. So what is the side here? 2 meter. Into, what is the side here? 2 meter. 2 to the 4, meter into meter, square meter or meter square. Did you get the same? Here also and here also. By counting also you will get the same answer. By implementing the formula, by using this formula also you will get the same. So what is the area of the square? By which we can easily find by multiplying the side into side or its sides. So what is the area of the square? Area of the square is equals to side into side. Then we'll move to rectangle. How we'll find the area of this rectangle? So for this, what I'll do, I'll take 1 centimeter of square, 1 centimeter of square length, and I'll place it in the rectangular shape. So here it will be 1 square which is having 1 centimeter, here which is having 1 centimeter. Then I'm placing here, this is the first square, this is the second square, this is the third square, fourth square, then fifth square, sixth square, 7 and 8. So I covered completely by using 8 squares in this given figure. So how many squares you require to cover this rectangular shape? I need 8 squares, isn't it? So here in each column you are placing 2 squares. So here what is the length? The length of the rectangle 1, 2, 3, 4. Length of the rectangle is 4 centimeter. And what is the breadth of the rectangle? 1, 2 centimeter. Now let's see. To find the area, we require length and breadth. So area of the rectangle, which is equals to the product of length and its breadth. Product means multiplication. Product of its length and breadth, which is expressed in square units. So what is the formula for finding the area of the rectangle? Which is length into breadth. See here, it is an example how you will find the length is 4 centimeters, which has a longer length. Then breadth is smaller. Which side is smaller? Breadth, this side. It has 2 centimeters. So B is 2 centimeters. Now multiply 4 to the 8 centimeter into centimeter square. Now see how many squares are required to completely cover this shape. 8 square units, isn't it, children? Here also I get the same. 8 square centimeters, isn't it? So to find the area of the rectangle, what is the formula? Length into breadth. Now here, this is a worksheet problem. Find the area of the square whose side is 6 centimeters. Children, the square side is 6 centimeter. As you all know, each side of the square is same, isn't it? So what is the formula? Area of the square is equals to side into side. I am just expressing with S. So area of the square is equals to, what is the side length? 6 centimeter into 6 centimeter. Now multiply 6 into 6 is 36. Centimeter into centimeter is centimeter square, or 36 square centimeter. Is that clear, children? What is the area of the square? Side into side. Just to substitute the length of the side in this formula and multiply, express in units. Okay. Then one more example, which is in the worksheet problem. The length of a carpet is 5 meters and breadth is 2 meters. Here they are giving length and breadth. So which shape has length and breadth, ma? Obviously it is a rectangle, isn't it? So the length of the carpet is 5 meter and breadth is 2 meter. Now find the area of the carpet. First what I'll do? Length of the carpet is 5 meter. Then breadth of the carpet is 2 meter. Now what I need to do? I need to find area. Area of the carpet. Area of the carpet is length into breadth. What is the length here? 5 meter. What is the breadth here? 2 meter. Children, you need to write here into, isn't it? The product of length and breadth which gives the area of the rectangle. So here 5 meter into 2 meter. Now what I'll do? I'll multiply 5 into 2. 5 to the 10 meter. Meter into meter, meter square. Or you can write it as 10 square meter. Is it clear?